All right, the next thing we're going to do is add some text effects to this. And we're going to go down to the effects at the bottom of your layers panel is the EFF button for effects. So you're going to click that and choose blending options, your first choice. And if this shows up on top, please click and hold and just slide it out of the way. First, I'm going to choose bevel and emboss, and I'm going to click that and make sure it's dark. If I just click the check mark, the controls won't work. So you're going to play around with the depth, the size, and the soften sliders to get it the way you want it. This is my numbers that I had from the last time I did this. So your numbers may be in there. Just play around with these, get it the way you want it. Soften really doesn't do very much. And then I'm going to go down to drop shadow. And distance, again, we'll pull it away. You don't want to pull it away too far because it just isn't going to look right if you did. But I think sometimes a drop shadow would help on this. You could, if you move the spread, it becomes hard, sharp, and defined. I'm going to soften up the edges of that a little bit. Size, I'm just going to leave that something like this. So with the drop shadows there, it's just not as defined as it was before. Opacity. If your opacity is at 100, your drop shadow is very dark. And in this case, I don't want to make mine very dark. Maybe it looks good for yours and you just keep it that way. But I'm going to slide mine down and it slowly fades the color of the drop shadow. So I'm going to fade it to right about there. All right. And I'm going to click OK. Now I'm also going to go down to my first name layer, click Effects, click Bevel and Emboss. I'm sorry, Blending Options, and then Bevel and Emboss. And I'm going to turn on Drop Shadow. And all the numbers, the effects that I've applied to my first word are now applied onto my second word, and I don't need to go back and change these if I don't want to. I don't want to, so I'm going to leave them alone. Then I'm going to click OK. Now, I want to make it look like my letters are part of the wall, so some of this wall has to show through. So with one of the two text layers chosen, you're going to click one of them, in this case my first name, and there's a blend layer, and that's called norm. It says normal, and I'm going to click that drop down menu and go all the way down to overlay. And when I do, it looks like some of the building lines come through and some of the cement lines show up, and it makes it look like it's more painted on there. And I'm going to click and hold or click the second text layer, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to choose overlay. Now I'm going to go back to overlay, and I want to choose soft light just to see the difference. And I think I like soft light better, so I'm going to make it soft light. It's your choice which way you want to make this. All right, I kind of like this because it looks like it's actually painted on there better and a little bit weathered as well.